as of the recording of this video, my first channel, just RealLifeRyan, is still in limbo. I got the 3 copyright strikes. I'm trying to appeal them, but right now I cannot upload videos on that channel, but that's not going to stop me from doing what I do, because I love creating content. I love creating videos for you guys. I love being on YouTube, and I'm not going to let all the things that have happened, all the success that I've had over this past year go to waste simply because of possibly losing a channel. So I am uploading this first on RealLifeRyan 2. I just tried to make a name as simple as possible that you guys could remember and easily find. So it's just RealLifeRyan 2. However, if the main channel manages to survive and I upload this on there and you're finding it there, then just ignore all of this. None of this matters to you if that's the case. But if you're watching this on RealLifeRyan 2, thank you for coming over to this channel. Thank you for having to subscribe twice to the same person. I know that's kind of annoying. I hate when other YouTubers do that and have 2 channels, but you know, this is the backup channel. This is the just in case channel. So thank you guys for subscribing to it, and we'll cross our fingers for the original one. But until then, we're here and content is going to continue as scheduled. So I just read the manga volume 2 of Devilman, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one though, because I think the first one had just so much of an in-your-face factor to it. Just the fact that Akira was just this very wholesome, great, you know, nice guy, this like really obnoxiously nice guy. Like, you're way too freaking nice, but at the same time, you are the only one that are capable of containing the power of a demon within you, the power of a devil within you, because you have a pure heart. So I really like that concept of the reason why the devil doesn't take over completely is because the person that he possessed was a person of pure heart, or somebody, you know, a very good, genuine good person. So it's a devil with the mind and spirit of a human. So very cool concept for Devilman to begin with. It's what I did remember about the anime, and I also remember the things that happened in this volume. I remember the fight with the Siren and everything that happened from the original like 90s or 80s anime, whatever it was, the OVAs. So I remember this, and we didn't get too much more deep into the lore except for a couple of things. One is we get introduced to this character of Siren, who we see like back in the prehistoric ages. Once again, this volume opens up just as the first one did, back in the kind of like Stone Age era where demons were the dominant force in on the planet. And she sees the character of Amon, which is the demon that is inside of Akira right now, or the body that Akira now has. They merge together, so it's like it's a merger of the two. So, you know, it's kind of like it looks like Akira's body, but then it morphs into Amon's body, but it's Akira. But because the demon's inside of him, it has awakened more of kind of that dominance inside of Akira. He's not afraid to stand up for himself. He's not afraid to fight the bullies now. He kind of like wants a battle. He wants a fight. He's able to flirt more with Miki, be a little bit more masculine about it. You know, he's not so dainty as he was before. So it really has, in a way, in a bizarre, twisted way, it has really kind of helped him in his life, is kind of embracing that part of himself. And I don't know if there's like a theme or idea there where it's like, you know, you can't be super gentle all the time. Even if you're a good person, even if you're pure at heart, you still have to have a bit of an edge, maybe even like especially as a man, just to be able to kind of defend, protect, and provide for the things that you view that are important in your life, you know? It's kind of why we have that drive to like, we want to fight, we want to cause some ruckus. It's like, why are boys like that? It's like, well, because it's there for a reason. It's there for survival, you know, protecting. And that gets into a whole other topic, but basically, it seems to be doing well for Akira. He's flirting more with Miki. He's kind of teasing her a bit, but in a fun way, not in a douchey way. You know, don't be a douchebag about it, but you can tease. You know, you can tease, you can play around. He's kind of talking about, you know, her swelling up in the bathtub and talking about her chest and everything. And she's like, she's loving him because she likes him. She likes him. She views him as this, you know, somebody to admire. So she's going with it. They're being playful back and forth. It's overall working a lot better for him. But what was I saying? Yeah, so it starts off with the character of Siren. And of course, sirens, the name probably comes from, you know, the beach sirens, the women that would lead men to their doom and whatnot by singing beautiful songs. And she is, you know, more of an elegant-looking demon than the other ones that we have seen before. But she has a history with Amon, and seeing that he's now in the body of a human, she wants to go there and, you know, pick a fight with him. I wasn't sure if she was like trying to draw the demon out of his body, if that can even be done. I don't know. But she was definitely there to antagonize and definitely there for a fight, and that's what the majority of this volume revolves around, is just her kind of enticing him into a battle and him feeling that drive for the battle. He senses her when she gets close. He gets like the kind of that heart beating, like I need something's wrong inside of me, like I need to fight, there's something I need to do. So he feels it, he senses it. He goes to Miki's, who she's messing with, to draw him out, and he fights a couple of her minions. One can fuse people into walls, which I don't know if Miki's parents are dead. I don't know if they're dead. They were fused into the wall, so I'm assuming they are, but I don't really know. And then Miki herself was being kind of overtaken from the water spirit, the water demon thing. And I thought it was really funny that like Akira's out there and he's like fighting with his eyebrows. What a badass tactic. When you can't use your arms, you can't use your legs, use your eyebrows. It works. Also, I think Devilman might have some of the funniest out of context panels of like any manga that I've read, because like it immediately cuts to Rio and he wakes up in the middle of his bed in the middle of the night, and he just goes, Akira. He senses something's wrong with him, and then he goes and pulls out his like sawed-off shotgun or whatever it is. I don't know what kind of gun he actually uses, but that's what it looks like to me. I just thought it was really funny that like he just wakes up, dead sprint out of bed, jumps, grabs his gun, and then goes to help Akira. And oddly enough, it does work, which is again really kind of funny out of context, because he's like, I know the way to help you, Akira. And then he stands on the edge of the cliff and he just fires a couple of bullets into the demon. So it's not some like ritual, it's not some sort of incantation, it's not sort of demonic thing. He's like, I know just how to help you, Akira. I'm just gonna blow some holes in this bitch. It's great, and it's great backup. Also, there is definitely something more going on with Rio. He was in the same location where Akira got possessed, but we didn't see Rio get possessed. But this idea that he's like sensing that Akira needed help. Also, when Akira was out of it, he reattached Akira's arm. He said that it went on by itself. That has something to do with Akira's demonic power. I'm sure that's the case, but Ryu probably had an idea that it either would work or maybe did something to help it work. I don't know. And then, yeah, like I said, the majority of this volume is pretty much just the battle between Devilman and Siren. So at first he can't transform. They both wind up losing some limbs, and they have this kind of epic battle in the forest when he gets rid of her talons that were keeping him from transforming, goes into full badass Devilman mode, has like a knockdown, drag-out fight with her, which went on for a while, and it was actually kind of really fun to read because it just felt intense. It just felt like they were just beating the crap out of each other. These are two demons fighting. We're not dealing with humans at this point. These are just two demons in the forest, just like the prehistoric times, just like it would have been. We're not in the city. We're away from humans, and it's just this mano-a-mano thing. And he gets her on the ropes to the point where she's, about to die, and this other demon creature comes forward, one that we saw from the flashback. And it's like, it's good to know that even demons can simp, right? Because he's willing to fuse with her, but they don't know which one is going to be the dominant consciousness within the fusion, which I think adds a little bit more context to what happened to Akira and Amon, because they had their fusion and Akira was the dominant force. So even though it brought up that kind of like the more darker aspects of Akira is still the dominant force. In fact, there's even a scene in this volume where after he gets into his kind of like bloodlust fighting mode, he looks at Miki, who's passed out, and he's like, I really hope she didn't see that. Like, he doesn't want her to see that part of him. So it's still Akira through and through. He just has a little bit more edge to him, like I was saying before. And so as Siren fuses with this creature that, I assume from reading it is that he really like loved her on that extra level. Sorry about the loud cars outside. They fuse, and it seems as though she still has the dominant personality, and thus they weren't able to survive because she was kind of critically wounded. So she winds up like freezing in place, which is really, really cool. And it was a cool little aspect because at first you didn't know if she didn't kill Devilman because she couldn't, or what happened. He's like, why didn't she finish me off? And it seems that she died like in the midst of it, and she had a smile on her face, and it was like, I think Ryo says something along the lines of the smile was for the idea of her imminent victory. She was coming in for the final kill and died before she could get there. But maybe it goes a little bit further than that, and maybe it was a smile due to the fact of they were two demons, really kind of living back in that world that they would have been in. Or at least this is maybe what I'm getting out of it. Maybe I'm reading a little too much into it. I don't know, but that's how it felt, because they wound up falling, like I said, in the forest, and they're both in their pure demon forms, and both Devilman volumes have started in the past in, you know, like this kind of more in the middle of the woods, this jungle, you know, away from before humanity was a thing, when things were where nature kind of took over. Well, no, before humanity took over, nature was just nature, you know. It was like the way it should be. It was natural, it was authentic. And you know, maybe being back in that world, or just being in that environment and having this face-off once again after all of these years later, maybe it made her feel that sense of joy. Like, this is what it should be. It should be two demons battling it out in the most primal area possible. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with that. But anyways, that's what I got out of Devilman Volume 2. Awesome volume. Can't wait to keep going. I'm loving this series. This is great. I love this, checking out this classic manga, and I love that it's not too long, because I'm going to finish it rather quickly, rather than taking like 8 months to finish a series on this channel like I usually do. Sorry about that, guys. I read as fast as I can whenever I get free time, I promise. In the midst of like making videos and editing videos and doing everything, I'm like doing my best to get through it. But Devilman, I'm going to get through this pretty quick because it's pretty short. So let me know what you guys think about Devilman Volume 2 down below. Put all your thoughts, comments, concerns, theories, maybe, if you're reading it along with me. I don't know. Other than that, like I said again, thank you very much for subscribing to this new channel in case anything happens to the first one. And if nothing winds up happening to the first one, you'll see this video on there at some point. So please give the video a like. Also, maybe in the kind of transition, if this channel has to become a permanent thing, the second channel, I do have a Patreon, which the link is in the description below. I know that's like not a lot of people's things, and I completely understand that, but if you want to help support the channel on that extra level, or, you know, at least in the meantime before things get figured out between channel 1, channel 2, that would be really, really helpful. Obviously you're not obligated, but the option is there down below, and there's some tiers for you, and you know, I give back a little bit if I can. Anyways, thanks for watching again. I'll talk to you next time.